intentions. No, that shaded off me. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and this is peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. Heart to the genuine ones with no intentions. Don't dim your light when you fall from the hater. Elevate, elevate. Don't dim your light. You a miracle. Don't dim your light, neighbor. You ain't gonna hate when you regardless. You mad and you worthy. Gotta go. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Hi, I'm peace. I bring peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. You matter, you're worthy. They gave up on you. You matter, you're worthy. They overlooked you. They didn't see your potential, but God got you. You know, G-O-D, you a miracle. Love yourself. Gotta go. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. No, I'm the trick, don't be God darn it. You know, my content, everybody knows. Okay. Always be yourself when someone doesn't see potential within you. Always choose you when they overlook you. You know, loving yourself is not a crime. And I say that respectfully. You know, your weight goes up and down. They would never understand how your content actually elevates to still love yourself, even when your face get round. It be the train of thought for me. You got big cheekbones at the end of the day, but you're beautiful inside. They would never understand that God didn't make a mistake when God shows you your faith. That energy is different. Wasn't in competition with your neighbor at the end. The evil when they was projecting insecurities on you. You ain't have to lie besides be a truth teller. They would never understand how God was showing you better. No, ever trained off for me. Always be yourself, regardless if you're small, big. Never give up on yourself. And I say that respectfully. You know, I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. You know, gang stalking is real. Tills your household. And especially when you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. You don't have to know somebody for someone to have ill intentions. You don't have to know somebody at the end of the day for someone to hack your devices. You know, monitor your phone calls, monitor from when the time that you leave out your household to the time you get back in your household, to monitor your packages, your mail, or make you homeless, rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially at the end of the day. How this type of stuff actually happens when it comes to gang stalking. Individuals will project sport on individuals that's trying to come into your life at the end of the day, just to try to paint you to be something that you're truly not. But that does not mean stop pouring into you. Because at the end of the day, when God sends the right people into your life, that motivation is different. They fall from haters. They don't go with the hate train. No, it's the train, though. You know, my content, everybody, that's okay. Always be yourself and all those intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, entertainment purposes only. Today is currently November 27th, 2025. You know, everybody doesn't celebrate the holidays, but respect to the ones that do. Because we all don't. Here's the trade, don't be. No, for real. We all don't celebrate the goddamn holidays. The trade, don't be. But, you know, you matter, you're worthy. And if you have lost a family member in the day that was deep to your heart at the end of the day, always remember they're by your side. You know, my content is not for everyone. I do not push God on nobody, but I don't worship the devil good day, bad day. Oh, misunderstanding, my soul was never for sale. Keep it real. Gotta go. Always be yourself. When God is on your side, the Lord hates you. They will never understand. Neighbor, 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 neighbor. Dim your light, neighbor. They gonna hate. They can't stand you to relate. You know, because when God shows you the validation you properly need, when God gives you the proper tools to hold on 1 second, folks gonna mistreat you, all because you have a better understanding when it comes to self-love. Never dim your light, even when the devil try to test you, try to humble you at the end of the day. Yeah, they projecting a hate crime told you, trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, paint you to be mentally unstable when it comes to your faith. But who would have knew that God was the illustrator and the director of your life when it comes to hold on 1 second, bringing balance, acknowledge your worth. You know, they want you to be uncomfortable in your own skin. They want you to be so low vibration at the end of the day, but you didn't comprehend because you took the wrong way. That's what they thought at the end of the day. They wanted you to be a crasher, but God showed you why you was thinking at the end of the day to go within, to understand your conference is different. Your confidence hits different. Even when you get lost in your words, certain folks will never understand that. Hold on one second. I wasn't seeking revenge besides being a truth teller. I wasn't running from my past when it comes to balance. The energy is different. How you got your next door neighbor in different tax bracket, gang stalking you in all different tax brackets. How they picture this broken and toxic way, seeing you the evil lie, supposed to be shaking in your boots, the end they feeling uncomfortable, go out your own household. It'd be the train of thought for me. How folks pick and choose who they want to bully. Who would have knew at the end they God, so he shows you motivation has different going within because it was never competition, neighbor. It's a trait on me. It's not a crime to be authentic. And I say respectfully, entertainment purposes only. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. No, it's a trait on me, God darn it. You've been minding your business, minding your business side and say, you know what? I'm going to go to that gathering today. No, it's a trend of thought for me. Hey, how you doing, neighbor? It's the trend of thought for me. When you realize that one family member reaches out to you at the end of the day, the one that can't cook, but you still try to surprise them at the end of the day, you know, to be a good support team at the end of the day. And when you see what you're seeing, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to come check on you last. No, it's a trade though, because I don't want the good food to actually rock on 1 second. My dad doesn't now. No, for real. This fool begged you to come over, what the case may be. So you know what? Before you go participate in everybody else's event or what the case may be, you go slide over. It's a train throw for me. It's time for this bullshit. It's a trade throw for me. This motherfucker at the end of the day is mixing boxed macaroni, the powder style, trying to figure out why the slice of cheese ain't macking. It's time for this bullshit. Who raised you, dummy? It's a trade throw for me. I don't know what your other side of the family is, but you ain't part of my mother's side. That's the trade throw for me. The devil's a goddamn lie. No, for real. You ever had that one cousin that you try to support when it comes to their cooking and think they would get it together today? You know what? For Christmas, you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to get you some cooking classes. Matter of fact, make this one of your hobbies. Watch YouTube or watch a cooking show every single day to make the math make sense. Who the fuck eating your food? My boo. If the train throw me dumb and dumber, it makes a lot of sense if the train throw for me. No, for real, because when you walk into the day, you ain't got no choice, dude. It's a train throw for me. What the fuck? Is your digestive system okay? Do I gotta get you a laxative, my nigga? It's a train throw for me. What the fuck? Why you making someone head too goddamn big-headed when it's supposed to not be? No, the train throw for me. You ever been minding your business in the day? And you got that one family member you decide to say, you know what? I'm on my way. They've been calling you all goddamn day. No, it's a train of thought for me. The food looks prepared, but only to realize, hold on 1 second, your taste buds wasn't communicating. Be on the same page. It's the train of thought for me. Not only was the chicken dry, you know, the devil was a lie too. The turkey dry. How you got dry as macaroni and cheese? What happened to the cheese, stupid? You mean to tell me that you overly cooked everything in the oven after you'd made sure at the end of the day it was supposed to be right on the same page? See, what happened was, no. You begged me to come over here. You said at the end of the day, you're the best chef in town and all that, whatever the case may be. I'm expecting a turkey to be a little dry. I'm expecting it because it happens. You know, when you know, you know. But the chicken too stupid? It's the trade on me. I didn't sign up for this bullshit. It's the trade on me. You ever mind your business and ask somebody where to get their do-rag from? You like, what's going on? How's your do-rag? Like, how does it work, boo? This fool think you trying to holler at them. It's the trade on me. First of all, fool, I'm asking about your damn do-rag. It says boo on it, you dummy. Oh. My bad. Yeah, you might want to stay off whatever you taking at the end of the day, because you a fool. You forgot at the end of the day you walking around with something say boo. Oh. Nah, it's comfortable and all that, but, you know, sometimes I got to take it off to get me a headache or whatever the case may be, but, you know, it's the same purpose only. It's the trade off me. How did you expect I was flirting with you at the end of the day? No, make it make sense, you fool. It says boo all over your goddamn head tie at the end of the day. And you really think I want to holler at your dumb ass? It's the trait of me because I don't see no chemistry, no vibe at the end of the day besides your do-rag. I thought it was fly. Never saw no colors like that going mixing and matching and stuff at the end of the day. I wanted to see the quality, if it was mathing. This fool's still stuck. I think I gotta get rid of this because this one blew my mind too, boo. If you don't shut up, it's a trait on me. My content, everybody, and that's okay. I may not be funny to the average person or entertaining at the end of the day, but you go find something else to go entertain, like your blood pressure, like bringing it down, stabilize. Hello, you over there sending me the evil lie, projecting spell work, trying to figure out how you gonna dim my light, ruin my life, all types of stuff. It's the train of thought for me. How folks really have this mental health growth at the end of the day when it comes to being, they say they're woke. How this type of stuff actually happens. How folks want to be pointing the wrong direction, but God's showed you how you outgrew, overcome at the end of the day bad habits. You ain't have to get physical when someone try to antagonize you. They would try to school you to humble at the end of the day, but you was far from the joke. You understood that God ignition hits different when God was showing you that God was in a test at the end of the day, because God was showing you why you was truly blessed. Healing, trauma, and pain, they would never understand how you was truly the miracle when it come to actually catching your blessings right to left. The devil alone ain't gonna send you spell toxic ways at the end of the day, but God will showing you, hold on one second, I'm gonna reel them right to left, regardless if it's a child, man, woman, elderly. At the end of the day, when they try to dim your light, I ain't trying to discourage you. I'm trying to show you the right path. When it comes to your smile at the end of the day, they want to see you frown, but I'm fixing your crown. They would never understand dimming your light was a part of God's contract. At the end of the day, the energy is different. I ain't talking about the devil alone, the enemy. It'd be the train of thought for me how folks don't want to see you woke, to see you grow. Wasn't in competition with your neighbor when they understand that, hold on one second, everybody ain't haters. It's the train of thought for me. Always be yourself and no one's intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. No mother or father or family member should lose a child due to jealousy, insecurity, envy, hate, animosity, or because someone decided to change spoke loud words. You trying to control the narrative of someone's life at the end of the day, trying to school somebody behind closed doors, trying to take credit for their creativity. Hold on one second. All because you want to have that mindset at the end of the day, have an attachment when you truly mentally unstable at the end of the day, then you project a hate crime, trying to rob somebody mentally, spiritually, financially, gang stalk them right there, they worry about the every movement. Hold on one second. You saying that you at peace? No, it's a train of thought for me. I never understood that either. How individuals would still want that core attachment at the end of the day, because they don't want you to blossom. You decided to walk away when God was showing you balance, acknowledging the day. These individuals not for you. Regardless to where you was at in your journey, you wasn't running from your past. How folks will try to ruin your reputation because you're willing to choose you. You never said that you was perfect, but you truly are genuine and true. Being kind and loyal at the end of the day, choosing yourself, never overlook yourself, regardless who understands your vision to be woke at the end of the day. No mother or father should have to wait for a phone call or a guardian to find out they have to go view their child at a cemetery, or view their child at a morgue, or view their child at a hospital, or view their child at a crime scene because someone didn't know how to have self-control. It didn't matter if that person came from a single-family household or not, because you have individuals that came from a single-family household and still knows how to respect their neighbor. You have individuals that didn't come from a single-family household and they still know how to respect their neighbor. And then you got individuals at the end of the day that don't care who they pick and choose to bully at the end of the day. Regardless if they had their mother and their father in the household, regardless if they did at the end of the day. Because certain folks' household, their norm is not our norm. Your norm may not be my norm. My norm may not be your norm. I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. Regardless of my culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. We all don't have the same beliefs, but I know how to respect my neighbor. No mother or father should lose a child. A father that prays, he didn't have the proper tools for someone to show him love, or he had those days where the guardian didn't show up for those certain conversations. But he knew at the end of the day, when he has a child, he's not going to miss those moments. He's not going to push his child away. He's not going to hurt his child. He's not going to disrespect his child. He's not going to make his child feel not worthy at the end of the day when the world's against this baby. That prayer warrior father at the end of the day? Regardless if he was a number, that's how society looked at him at the end of the day. But God gave him a name. And because God gave him a name at the end of the day, those prayers start to hit different. Someone actually started taking accountability for their actions. They started changing their life for the right reasons. They wasn't running from their past when it comes to the reflection. They wasn't energy harvesting off their baby's energy. They wasn't projecting spoil towards their baby. They wasn't trying to sell their baby at the end of the day, because everybody's not a parent at the end of the day, and I say respectfully. But the one who didn't have to pretend, that mother and father that were truly prayer warriors, a protector, the ones who actually knew how to love their child, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding. You know, that balance is different. You know, my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. No mother or father should have their child stripped from them because someone lacks self-control. Someone doesn't want a mother to balance her mental health. Someone doesn't want a father to balance his mental health. Someone doesn't want a mother and father to balance self-love. They want someone to be self-destruct, to be addicts, to be people at the end of the day that are not worthy of even looking at their own reflection. Because someone has lack of self-control, because someone doesn't want a mother and father to balance the smile within. You know, that gift that God gave to you, that was your miracle, baby. That was your blessing. That was your heart, and it still is. You know, my content is not for everybody, but no mother or father or guardian, and especially someone that's a provider, someone that protects, someone that respects, someone that shows up, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day, isn't deserving their child being stripped away from them. And especially when they not out here energy harvesting off their baby's energy, projecting spell work, or bringing harm towards their baby, neglecting their baby. They're not doing that. You know, my content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. It's not, and that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime. You know, I would never hurt myself regardless who's gang stalking me, child, elderly, man, woman. It's a sin of thought for me. I would never hurt myself, regardless to who's watching me from point A to Z, regardless to who's in that text message at the end of the day. Yeah, they going from point A to Z. Yeah, they in that email. They going from point A to Z. Yeah, they just went into that store. Yeah, they just got on that bus. They just got on that train. They just got on that plane. They just did this. They just did that. They just went to talk to that person over there and that laundromat. They just went over there and did this. They just went in that car. They just did that. I would never live in fear, regardless to who's trying to rob me mentally, spiritually, or financially, or who is sending me the evil eye. I do not live in fear, and I walk these streets alone. You know, gang stalking is real to your household. You know, individuals don't have to know you to gang stalk you. They would try to ruin your reputation, rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially, or even make you homeless, or even put a hate crime towards you. They will monitor your mail, your packages from the time that you come in from your household to the time that you leave out your household. They will monitor your food so they can poison you. It'd be the train of thought for me, how this type of stuff actually happens. How they'll monitor your devices at the end of the day. And you will be surprised. You think you're talking to customer service when it comes to a certain department. It only runs the hold on 1 second. It was them the whole time. How this type of stuff actually happens. How individuals will threaten your life, and then when you speak up for yourself, it's that you're mentally unstable. They will even try to use your documentations against you to blackmail you against you. They will even paint people, a picture to people of somebody that you truly not. They will even go deep and dig in your past into the day with different people that you don't even know. Or because you know how to respect somebody, but still they know them at the end of the day. Because when you're a respectful person in the day, it's thank you, no thank you. I hope that at the end of the day that whatever you do and prosper in life, that you become your best self in yourself. I never knew that was a crime to say to your neighbor, regardless if you knew them or not. I never knew that if you know someone or not, you come in passing with somebody, wishing someone well, regardless if they sick or not, or because someone is going through depression or whatever the case may be. I never knew it was a crime to say to your neighbor at the end of the day, I hope that your situation turns around for the best for you. But these same individuals would sit there and try to blackmail you. How they would sit there and try to rob you. And then sit there and say they were supporting you. But then in the background at the end of the day, they saw everything that everybody was doing to you to bring harm towards you. And never not one time at the end of the day, they didn't actually show up for you. Individuals will say they got your back, but they don't. No, the truth don't be being genuine at the day. It ain't hard. No, it's not. It's not. Because you ain't got a bit or a lick at the end of the day of hating your vein, regardless who was your moms and your pops that day. It be the train of thought for me. You know, it's a train of thought for me. You know, my content is not for body, but gang stalking is real. When you don't run from your past, the energy is different. I don't run from he say, she say. I can repeat whatever I said that day, and I say that respectfully, regardless of someone's trying to blackmail me or even lie on me at the end of the day. I am my biggest cheerleader. I do not worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone, regardless to what next door neighbor, any tax bracket, couple, single person, child or elderly, man or woman. I work alone when it comes to my creativity since day one. How individuals will act like they know you at the end of the day. Like they knew you for years, months, and decades at a time, only because they saw you in passing. They would have conversations with folks and like they actually sat next to you, actually had a drink with you when it come to having tea, but only was to hold on 1 second. I don't do too much sweet. I had the trait though for me. It's cynical for me how an individual will try to ruin your life because someone sees potential within you. An individual will try to ruin your life only to project you to be mentally unstable. You know, my content is not everybody. I do not play with magic. I don't play with spell work. I don't do that evil stuff at the end of the day. No, we ain't the same, neighbor. I'm far from a hater. I don't do all that stuff. It straight off me. Always be yourself a normal sunshine, Johns. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. You are my sunshine. You are worthy. Yeah, you match my energy. Neighbor, 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 you match my energy. Neighbor, 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 we far from haters. Elevate, elevate. G.O.D. got your back. Elevate, elevate. Don't turn your like neighbor, neighbor, we far from haters. Hey, to the genuine ones. Hey, gotta go. Stop the violence. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. That is just different. Sometimes you don't know where to start when it comes to your words, but never get lost when it comes to God's vision. When God's intuition is showing at the end of the day, just be authentic. When God is on your side, the Lord hears you. When God is on your side, the Lord hears you. When God is on your side, the Lord hears you. You're mad and you're worthy, don't dim your light. They gonna hate but never stop elevating. They gonna hate but never stop elevating. It didn't matter they tax bracket, neighbor. It didn't matter they tax bracket. How chicks and dudes want revenge because they try to school you to humble you at the end of the day, or because they took your kindness or weakness, or it was because you was being a truth teller that bothered their mental. When it come to growth, they decided to poke the bear. They ain't like the reaction at the end of the day, but I bet if they knew what they knew now than they would actually have a better plan of us. Hold on 1 second. Then, you're really a child of God, huh? Never allow a man or a woman to threaten your life that nobody's going to hear your voice, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not, and someone has you shadow banned because they're able to control the stuff in the background, or folks know folks in different tags brackets at the end of the day to make you feel like in the day your voice is worthless. You're worthless. Never give up on yourself. Because someone will walk into you to take your kindness or weakness. This is try to humiliate you, disrespect you, rob you mentally, spiritually, and financially. Even project a spell work on you. Even send you the evil lie. All because you're a truth teller at the end of the day. And they threaten your life that nobody will hear you or believe you at the end of the day. They make it their duty every single day to have a whole hate group go against you, plotting to how do we ruin this person's life? How do we rob this person mentally, spiritually, financially? How do we break them down to be a crash out? You'd be so surprised because folks, they can't wait for you to become a crash out. Never allow someone's one-sided opinion determine your future. And I say that respectfully because everybody's walk of life ain't the same. And I say that respectfully. You have good days and you have bad days. But when God gives you balance, it wasn't a mistake. They're not going to understand how you choose yourself. You don't have to know somebody for someone to project spell work towards you. You don't have to know somebody for someone to send you the evil eye. You don't have to know that elderly woman or man to send you spell work or magic towards yourself at the end of the day. It's the truth over me. No, it's the truth over me. You owe that to my goddamn granny. Here's the truth over me. You weird son of a bitch. I said what I said, goddamn it. No, for real, for real. I never understood this. You know, people pick and choose who could talk about spirituality, God, the devil, the enemy, healing, or narcotics, or health. They pick and choose. because they pick and choose and they feel that you're not a fit for it, or they feel that you will prosper faster than at the end of the day, never determine someone's one-sided mindset or their lack of self-control reflect your future. Continue to choose you and continue to be authentic, because loving yourself is not a mistake. Because when the right people cheering you on, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intentions, regardless if they're entrepreneur or not at the end of the day. Because when the right people are in your life, they fall from haters. I said what I said. I gotta go. And the same purpose is only. I'm Naya, Genuine Love and Spike. No, it's a trait on me. You ever realize how a phone call go around so fast in your family? Hey! Foodie head, or whatever the case may be. You know that one uncle or family member that you care about and love? They decide to come around at the end of the day when they feel like it. No, it's a trait on me. Hey! It's a trait on me. I ain't too happy to see you, fool. It's a trait on me. Where the food at? No, for real. This fool decided to take off their hat or whatever. Whoa. Put it back on. It's a trait on me. Who? It probably is the new chick. It gotta be the new chick. It gotta be the new chick that told you that was right. Let me tell you something. Men, women, whoever you are, not everybody looks good with a baldy. I'm sorry. No, it's true. When you know, you know. First of all, I know you ain't sick. Hit the trait over me. This fool starts to try to get a few words out, but can't at the end of the day. The only thing you heard was a female's name. Who is this person? I gotta meet them. No, it's a trait on me. Anything they ask were bad. No, it's a trait on me. That person that you dated, their ex must have had a baldy or something. Something that must not be mentally stable with them at the day. Cause why? So, we asked the food he had or whatever the case be. Next time you come over here, bring what's her face? No, the trait off me. When we least expected, what's her face already on their way. Hey, it must be a good day. You ever had to ask someone one-on-one? What in your goddamn right mind told you to tell this fool that? It's a trait off me. Can I ask you a question? Your ex-boyfriend, did they have a baldy too? I'm hot. It's a trait on me. I gotta go. I'm supposed to be coming to my own crib. What the fuck? And the trait off me. Only to realize this fool at the end of the day didn't hear the conversation. Thank God. But when you had to sit that one family member down and let them know them today? You the king. You gonna always be the king. You always gonna be the queen. You always gonna be that. But that one you gotta get rid of ASAP. It's the trait on me. Ain't no goddamn way. Ain't no way. Why? What happened? If you heard what I heard, if somebody was to do that to me and you heard what you heard, you would tell me the same thing. So just do the same thing. No, it's a trait over me. My content is not for everyone. I love to talk about love. Regardless of who has me shadow banned or who's gang stalking me, I would never hurt myself, and I say it respectfully. I'm Naya, Genuine Love and Respect, and I love to talk about love. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. That timeline is different when someone truly shows you the end. They balance is different when it comes to divine timing. Who would have knew that your mindset would be, hold on one second, not dysfunctional, but someone truly showing your worth. Someone truly showing why you pour into someone at the end of the day. You wasn't half stepping at the end of the day because they wasn't pretending when it came to their feelings. That energy is different when it comes to, hold on one second, someone can actually make sense when it comes to common sense. Oh, I gotta say it again. Finally, someone sees you, hears you, respects you, brings you the proper balance when it comes to someone showing you peace at the end of the day. It wasn't competition, let alone a hesitation. When the outside world don't understand how God's truly showing you why you better in yourself when it comes to your faith, how God's truly showed you why you wasn't running from your past, when God showed you, hold on one second, it's okay to elevate. Becoming your biggest cheerleader. They would never understand that someone finally walks and see like they truly be your biggest fan. Cheering you on up close and personal behind closed doors. Even when the weather may take turns at the end that you ain't gonna understand. But who would know that someone's who's showing you at the end of the day they got your back. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. But who would have knew that chapter head's different? Someone can truly show you at the end of the day why that garden was so fruitful.
Love is rare, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. Love is real, love is not blind. Love is real, hold on a second, one at a time.
You know, because when you take days one at a time, it wasn't nothing to speed up at the end of the day. Only was hold on 1 second. It allowed you to relax, to realize to hold on 1 second. Someone's on the same growth page when it comes to being balanced. You know, someone sees you, respects you. You gain the love, a best friend, a business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same, but who would have knew that someone wasn't trying to get physical with you, let alone fumble you? The energy is different. Someone wasn't trying to have their eyes somewhere else, you know, having their cake and eat it too. When someone walked into your life, it only made things right. At the end of the day, better days ahead, because actions spoke louder than words. When someone truly shows at the end of the day.
Butterfly, 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 it's okay to love.
It's a train off of me. You know, when someone walk into your life and they don't gotta manipulate God or whatever the case may be, someone says to you at the end of the day that they're there to protect your heart. They heard what you've been through when it comes to your past. They heard what you've been through when it comes to your trials and tribulations of life. How someone is so proud of you. Because you chose yourself, you allow the door to be open. Because you chose yourself, you allow God to guide you. And because you chose yourself, this journey is different. A testimony, hold on 1 second, wasn't overlooking. You know, I would never hurt myself regards to who hacked my device, accounts, and emails at the end of the day, or who's monitoring my every move, or who's gang stalking me, down to a child, teenager, elderly, adults, man and woman, or even couples. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself. I walk these streets alone. I don't live in fear. In regards to who is behind the scenes controlling my pages in the day, I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. I would never just erase myself at the end of the day off this earth. Because I don't live in fear. We don't have the same blood type, but I still know how to respect my neighbor. That's kind of rare. How folks try to humiliate you right the left, but who would have knew that you're thinking is different when it comes to your conscience? Understand that, hold on 1 second, I chose faith, not violence. I knew how to respect my neighbor even when they was hating. You know, regardless if there was a man or one man, even older than me at the end of the day, I understood my intuition, how I knew, hold on 1 second, it wasn't hard to truly be authentic. I never had to switch up at the end of the day, even when folks don't spoke right to the left. I understood that God brought me balance to reveal the devil, love on enemy, but hold on 1 second, I wasn't living in fear when it come to my conscience. Always be yourself, no intentions. You know, when God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They fall from haters. They don't look at you like competition. They pray for you, not against you. And when they not for you, they keep it pushing. No, if the train don't be having a good day, they not sending you spell work. They don't got no modesty. They don't got no animosity towards you, whatever the case may be. Have a good day. They act their body weight and their shoe size. That maturity is different. The devil was telling so many lies. The devil said that you ain't gonna have the right people into your life because they're gonna make sure, hold on 1 second, that the truth will never prosper. You know, because when you your authentic self, the devil tries to block you. The enemy tries to discourage you. They try to put milestones in front of you so you don't move forward. How it takes groups of people, how it takes individuals that don't even have to know you to make somebody look at you in a different type of light. I would never hurt myself regardless of who threatens my life, man, woman, child, and I say that respectfully, or elderly. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. I walk these streets alone, and I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and loving yourself is not a crime. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or overnight process or competition. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And healing childhood trauma that went into your dog is never an overnight process. It wasn't no script. It wasn't no acting position. It's a train of thought for me. My content is not for everybody. And when it comes to my creativity, I was never part of someone's contract. And I never asked anybody or gave anybody permission to make money off of me by watching me for months and years at a time at the end of the day. Or the ones who decided to say, you know what? I'm going to hack your device and paint you to be crazy. You wanted me to crash out. I don't live in fear, and I would never hurt myself regardless of what zip code I'm in, what county I'm in, what country I'm in, or what zip code at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully, even if I just said it twice. I would never hurt myself because someone's projection on me. Because I know how to be authentic. I understand faith that you can't relate to. You can show somebody who you are all day long. But individual will always still sit there and paint you out to be something that you're truly not. But never allow that faith allow you to be blindsided. You walk by faith, not by sight. They can't relate. Being yourself. Always be yourself, and I say it respectfully. Just because someone gave up on you, overlooked you, said you didn't have potential, and I love you, respect you, or even meet you halfway, that does not mean stop pouring into yourself. That does not mean stop showing up for yourself. That does not mean stop praying. That does not mean that you're not worthy, because you are worthy. You are worthy enough to show up for yourself. You are worthy to know that you are worthy of the right people coming into your life, regardless of what community you're in, regardless of what zip code, what county, what country you're at the end of the day. I would never hurt myself, and I say it respectfully. Always be yourself with no one's intentions. You know, individuals will gang stalk you, hack your devices, control and monitor certain things on your devices, and when you see and peep certain things in the day, they're quick to call you mentally unstable. Individuals could have more than you and still have jealousy towards you. They could barely have nothing at the end of the day, but they don't want you to see your faith because something that they can't relate to. That was God's way, and I don't mean narcotics. Always be yourself. I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstand day, and my soul was never for sale. I worship the good God, my heavenly mother, my heavenly father God. That's the tool that gives me the proper tools to be authentic and where I get my creativity from. I've been doing this since I started Instagram. Before I started, when I started promoting myself at the end of the day when it comes to being a content creator, when it comes to my jokes, and I never switched up. I just got better with time and day. You know, when you say that you want better for yourself, it's a process. And when you understand the process, you understand why you blossom. You understand why you elevate. Regardless of someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age, you know, they're going to call you whack, you corny, you a nobody, or they're going to have people go against you with a hate train or whatever the case may be. That does not mean dim your light. Regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not at the end of the day, you are worthy. And never give up on your vision because someone can't relate to you. Being authentic. You saw a vision, you poured into yourself. God gave you that vision. Can't nobody take that vision away from you but you if you stop showing up for you. They can't duplicate authenticity. They can't duplicate originality. Even if they watch you for months and years at a time at the end of the day, they cannot be who you are. Authentic. And I say that respectfully. They can say a couple of words you say, whatever the case may be, but they can never do it like you. And I say that respectfully. Because when God endows a gift within you, it's a gift that's within you, not on you. And when the devil tries to stop you or discourage you, they say, how you keep showing up for yourself. I'm sending spirit, I'm sending magic, I'm doing this, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. That's what they saying. They mind seeing every move when it comes to gang stalking. It doesn't matter if it's a teenager, an elderly adult, a man or woman, even a child gang stalking you. How they would have people gang stalking, try to project fear in your life. It could be addicts, sex workers, single mothers and fathers in the day, or someone that has an addiction problem, or someone that doesn't understand at the end of the day common sense. How they would enable these type of people and pay them off just to project on you, for you to give up on life. They would even project men, if you are a female, to threaten you or disrespect you in an unhealthy way. Or if you're a man, they would send men to disrespect you in an unhealthy way. Or they would send women to be vulnerable and disrespect you. Or they would try to see what your character traits are when it comes to someone dating you, just to try to blackmail you, to ruin your life. But when God gives you an eye they can't relate to, God revealed the devil or an enemy because you prayed to go with that, because you asked God for guidance. I would never hurt myself regardless of who hacked my devices. I was never part of someone's script. I was never part of someone's one-sided ass contract. How individuals will make money off of you and then call you a bum. and then hack your device and then try to rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially, and then paint you to be mentally unstable because you're speaking up for yourself. And then they said, I'm going to make sure that you get erased at the end of the day so nobody sees you or hears you. And then they sit there and say, you know what? You're not worthy of life. How they would try to plot against you at the end of the day. You don't have to know folks that's not even in your chapter no more. That used to be part of their life at the end of the day, but you're not part of their chapter no more, and they not part of yours. Just to try to ruin your life at the end of the day, just to get a little with dibs or dabs and see who you are. But that person that you used to be, maybe once upon a time you used to pick up a drink, whatever the case may be, to remove the excess weight when it comes to trauma and pain. But that balance hits different because hold on one second. No, that's not my energy today. And even when you was an addict, so they say, right? They was able to count on you. You was able to show up for folks that couldn't meet you halfway. That's why God removed them folks. Even down just to a home-cooked meal. Folks had so much excuse why they couldn't meet you halfway. Or they wanted to talk about you like a bad habit, disrespect you. Even project spell up towards you. Even rob you mentally, spiritually, or financially. Or even hurt you. But used to be there for folks, hospital, doctors. Dang. You gave folks a good laugh when they needed one too. Just when someone's mental wasn't okay. Especially in those days when they had bad relationships. They try to see how you do with the go within. You brought balance when it came to yourself, but they would never understand your intuitions. How did you overcome the pain? I'm going through it today when it comes to DV at the end of the day. You make it look so easy. Healing hits different. Never feel wrong for pouring into the wrong cup. You know those individuals that you used to call sis and bro? Now you just pray for them from a distance. Y'all didn't have to be blood related at the end of the day. But when God reveals the devil and the enemy at the end of the day, it's a thought for me. You ever been so real with somebody, but they still don't understand you? That's why God removed you still, too. You know, because everybody's not going to understand spirituality. Everybody's not going to understand healing. And especially at the end of the day, when they haven't started. We ain't the same, but we live in the spiritual world, but full of pain. You know, my content is not for everyone. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself regardless to who's gang stalking me and monitoring my every move. And I don't live in fear regardless to who hacked my devices or who hacked my devices, accounts, and emails in the day, or who's trying to blackmail me against me, I say respectfully, because I put in my Heavenly Mother Father God's hands, or who's trying to make me homeless in the day, I put it in my Heavenly Mother Father God's hands. You know, my content is not for everyone. So the genuine ones, moments, just I would never hurt myself, and you mad and you worthy. Never give up on yourself because someone did not love you, respect you. And never feel alone. And I say that respectfully. And especially when you have this thing called balance that you're still learning to love you. It's not an overnight process, and I say it respectfully. They didn't know how to love you, respect you, protect you, or show up for you, or pour into you at the end of the day. They didn't know how to meet you halfway. You are worthy of pouring into yourself. Healing, trauma, and pain is not a race or an overnight process, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. I go live every single night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. Have a safe year, day, even, week, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. When it comes to my creativity, I do not work with no third party. And individuals, when it comes to gang stalking too, they will act like they know you to have conversation with you, whatever the case may be. Hold on 1 second. The message never related to you. How this type of stuff actually happens when folks try to blackmail you against you. An individual will act like they know you for years and months at a time. How you had a whole conversation, y'all had Kool-Aid together, all types of stuff. But I never even had a conversation in the day. Only for someone to try to ruin your life at the end of the day. Because someone doesn't want you to elevate. I'm far from a hater, and I say respectfully, I don't have to know you or not to relay a call or a message. We all the same. Never give up on yourself. But God message today, you are worthy. That ain't just different. We don't pray the same. But understand this, everybody's not for you. But when the right people walk into your life, regardless of the community that you in, or your race, or your culture, your sexual orientation, your disability, age in the day, they see you, they hate you, respect you. It's not a crime to say thank you, no thank you. Everybody doesn't celebrate the holidays at the end of the day, but it's out of respect in the day. You don't gotta hurt nobody at the end of the day. You ain't gotta disrespect somebody at the end of the day. How individuals would disrespect you first, and then they get mad, you start talking your shit. It's the trait on me. I gotta go. No trait off me. I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect. And I don't mean no disrespect when it comes to my elders, or whatever case may be. Pardon my French, I'm still working on it. It's a trait on me. Even the kids, it's a trait on me. As long as I'm not out here hurting nobody. I'm not out here bringing harm towards somebody else's child. It's a train of thought for me. Because we are all somebody's child still. I'm God's child. It's a trait on me. I got my heavenly mother, my heavenly father, God. Hello. I'm Naya, Genius of Respect, and my content is on everybody. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community. Peace and respect, your neighbor, so much. You made it well, damn, you like, gotta go there, but ever, damn, you like, I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect. Always be yourself. I would never hurt myself regardless who's plotting against me. And I say that respectfully. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I do not live in fear. You matter and you are worthy. Never give up on yourself because you didn't have the proper role model in your life. They didn't acknowledge when it comes to saying I love you. They didn't acknowledge to protect you at the end of the day. They only did it when it was convenient for them. Only for likes and views and clout chasing or fame to talk about it's like a bad habit. But hold on 1 second. It's a trait over me. I gotta go. You're mad and you're worthy. Just because someone couldn't show up for you, to show you the love that you actually need at the end of the day, but they pour it into everybody else's cup. Everybody else's cup. Don't stop choosing you. You know, when it comes to someone's business, when it comes to someone becoming an entrepreneur, when it comes to someone's birthday party or this or that at the end of the day, because that person didn't show up for you, that does not mean stop loving you and choosing you. I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect, and my content ain't for everybody. And I say that respectfully. Today is currently November 27th, 2025, and it's currently 11:02 p.m. I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect. To the genuine ones, thank you for your time, and I say it respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone don't know how to love you, respect you, protect you, or even meet you halfway. The right people see you, hear you, respect you, and ain't got decisions. And they darn sure ain't playing with smoke or send you magic or evil eye. It's a trait of me. I gotta go. Always be yourself on messages. I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect. I go live Monday through Sunday at 10:15 p.m. Gotta go. It's a trait of me. Gotta go. Still healing from a hate crime.